Go get your toy. And I'll throw it for you. Go get your toy. Hi, Bobby. Yeah, I'm finally back. I had a day. That live, it would not, I could not, after I tried to end it and the stream will upload, it wouldn't even do it. And then I kept trying to go back on and delete it, wouldn't delete it. Then I tried to go on, start a new one, so it would resume the last one, and it would resume it, but it wouldn't let me end it. So, and then it said I was it said I was live for like 3 hours, and I wasn't. So anyway, I don't know. This retrograde energy, it's a good one, but obviously somebody didn't want that video uploaded, right? Yeah. So I got a new Rebel deck. It came. So when I went to the post office, my new Rebel deck was there. This one she designed, there's no swear words in it, so it shouldn't offend anybody. But it still has some really good messages in it. I hope you had a good afternoon. I did respond to you on Messenger too. All right, well, we'll get started. So I'm just going to flip one over. Who's crazy too? Yeah, something was going on. Something was going on. I think somebody was in my channel, to be honest. That's what I feel. And they're trying to get into my stuff because we know that people have hacked me and everything. And so I think they were trying to get into my stuff, but they're going to be in big trouble. Things are just getting worse and worse, you know. I mean, they keep trying to steal change my address at the post office. And so, but I got a hold of the police officer that's got my case. He's well aware, sending him more copies of all the crap that they're doing on the internet to try to get my stuff. Post office, they're very well aware. And there's I'm not going to say the rest because I'm not giving them any, an upper hand on anything. All these people that keep coming for me, they're not going to not know what to do when all this shit happens to them. You suspect a few. Stepmom and one more. Well, Bobby, you don't deserve the crap that they've been giving you. And do you remember a while ago I was talking about a bunch of us think they closed out cycles? I realized a while back that I had thought I'd closed out some cycles, but there was a couple people left. I thought and these were just friends, family. I've gotten they're all gone that were a part of everything, and they know not to talk to me, come towards me. The only way we're ever going to talk, it's going to be in front of lawyers. If anybody that's done me wrong, they think they're going to show up at my house and apologize, that's not going to work. You're going to have to go to the cops, tell your part that you took and what you did to me. It's the only way you and I will ever be in good graces. And that's how I'm handling things. Family members, friends, exes, whatever. You chose to come up against me. You chose to do all the horrible, rotten things behind the scenes that you know you shouldn't have done. You want to have a relationship with me again of any sort, you're going to have to go to the cops and tell your part in this, and you're going to have to deal with your karma. I don't want anything to do with anybody else. They've all tried to destroy me and thought it was funny. And my kids, oh, get real. So anyway, I wish you the best, honey, with your situation. And you don't deserve all the crap that's happened to you. That made me sick when I saw your legs and your feet. That just blew my mind. And then, that just made me so angry to see that happen to you. It broke my heart. I'm so sorry about that. I got to run downstairs real quick, turn the air on because it's super hot. I'm up here on this 3rd level. I'll be right back. Get a drink, get a snack, guys. I'll be right back, and then we'll get started, okay? No, you two are not going outside. I saw that. Okie dokie. Here we go. All right. I do hope the rest of you guys had a wonderful rest of your day. Any of you that are new coming to the channel, welcome. We love having new people join us. Feel free if you want to jump in the comments, as long as you keep it nice. All those people that get in and they say shitty stuff, I block you and I report you. So if you do it once, you're gone. I don't care. Especially when it's directed to readings that I'm doing for the people in the collective that I care about. My people, okay? I had somebody, Bobby, see, you snapped at her. Well, she wanted to tear you down. You know that. She has no right doing that. Toxicity doesn't belong in your life. You're too peaceful and kind of a person for that. So I had a funny, there was a short live video I did, and it was for the collective, and it all had to do with what the mail crap, the fraud that's been happening to me, you know. And some girl goes on and goes, I don't know you, but I'm blocking you because I don't believe in you. I'm like, why would you even bother saying that? It was so dumb. I'm like, okay, well, don't worry. I'm blocking you too because we definitely don't want your toxic ass in our collective, right? God. I told her she's gotta stop that negativity. Yeah, if she can't stop the negativity, you can't. Because that's just going to pull you down every time. And she needs to be positive. Does she believe that you are poisoned? All right. So I did the center card here just to kind of see where we are with this, okay? Now, guys, this is about helping all of us that were raised by karmic mothers. You could have a karmic stepmother. You could have a friend that's a karmic mother, okay? They're jealous of you or envious of you or whatever. You could even have a karmic aunt that maybe was more like a mother to you. You could have a karmic grandmother that was more like, you know, a mother than your real mother, excuse me, to you. Well, I'm glad she believes in that at least. So, put it where it resonates. Okay, this reading is not to get people freaked out and upset. This is about helping all of us that have had karmic mothers so that we're healing from this. We're moving forward from this. We are not going to jump in the hamster wheel with them again, okay? A lot of our karmic mothers know how to trigger us because they did it our whole lives. And a lot of our karmic mothers have cast illusions over us with other family members, friends, ex-husbands, ex-lovers, whatever you want to call it, co-workers, you name it. But in the past, they were always so able to make you guys look like you weren't responsible enough. You weren't doing enough. You're always playing the victim. You're the one that's dragging the whole family down. You're the bad apple in the bunch, right? You're the rotten egg in the in the carton. Things like that. Okay? If you remember, you go back to your childhood. I want some of you, when you get off tonight, to really think hard about this, okay? Because I have dug real deep. And a lot of things just keep coming out like crazy for me. These mothers, a bunch of you guys were born, and you were gifted from the time that you were born. You have 2 stepmoms and an aunt, a grandma, and a mother-in-law. Well, you're going to know when we start going, Bobby, who and what. That will help you break this down better. But some of you, as far back as the time that when you were born, you had a mother figure that knew that you were gifted, and you may have had a father that was absolutely mesmerized by you and was just in like disbelief, like you were the coolest thing that ever happened in their life, and you should have been, right? And this upset this karmic mother, because this karmic mother then felt like they were second fiddle to their husband. They didn't feel anymore like they were number one. Now, if they weren't hurt or wounded in their own right from whatever happened in their childhood, they would have found that to be so amazing, so cool, that their husband found their child to be so amazing. They would have loved that, reveled in that, thought this was so amazing. But instead, by your birth, it triggered them. Okay? It triggered all their insecurities, and all they could think of is, oh my God, this child's going to grow up. They're going to do everything I didn't do. And then they're taking all of the love that person's supposed to be given to me, and they're putting it into that child. Well, of course, these karmic moms, they cannot let this show outwardly around other people, right? Because it's not a good look on them. And they knew it. So, in return, from the time that you were born, you were little, they started doing little things. And these little things are things that they were doing behind the scenes to break you down, okay? From the time that you were a child. And they would do it in such a subtle way that maybe you didn't notice it as a child, but then after a while you started to go, that's really weird. I feel like my own mother doesn't like me. Oh, that jab wasn't right, because all my other friends, their moms don't make jabs at them like that. And then as you grew up even more, you started to notice that your friends you would have other friends that would have healthy relationships with their mother figures. And you couldn't figure out, well, why don't I? I want that. And I'm a good daughter. I'm a good son. What don't they see and love in me? And it wasn't you guys. It never was you guys. It was them. It was their own wounds from their own childhood that they refused to work on. They refused to figure out, why am I feeling this way about my own child? I have never once, with my 2 boys, ever felt jealous of them. Never. Never have I once wanted to harm and hurt them in a way that they wouldn't shine, and their true beauty in them wouldn't come out for other people to see it. I've always wanted my boys to end up better off than me. I always wanted my boys and my daughter to have a better life than me. We're the blueprint. They get a new one. But we already know what we did. They already knew what they did wrong before. So when you guys were born, why didn't they want different? If they were hurt, they were wounded, why would they want to re-wound? Because that's a toxic cycle that they chose to stay in. Because that toxic cycle actually boosts their overinflated, damaged egos. when they go here, actually they become the victim of you guys. And you don't even, when you were kids, you didn't even know this, that they were making you a victim of them. Some of you guys, when you became teenagers, they labeled you as out of control, uncontrollable, bad seeds, runaways. Some of you, your parents tried to turn you into, that you're sleeping around all the time. And you may have not, but no matter what, that was the narrative they're going to put out there that they wanted everybody to see you in. If they could always shine a negative light on you guys as you're growing up, they could continue behind the scenes to work away at okay, there's a game. It's a game from when I was a kid. Has a square, has little white, they look like bricks. Okay? But they're supposed to be, like Eskimo bricks. Like you're building, anyways. There's a frame, and you fill them all in. And then you have each person has a little hammer, and you're tapping. And you want to tap out each one carefully without all of it falling down in the middle, and that person loses. So whoever can, eventually get them tapped out before the last one falls is the winner. This is how they slowly worked on you, is my point. Okay? You have to be really careful in that game that you don't hit certain ones or the whole thing collapses. You were a project. You guys became a project. You became an obsession for this person. You became, okay, at one point they thought, well, we will get them to do everything I didn't do, and I will live through them. Yep, there you go. And you guys were like, well, yeah, I kind of want to do some of the things you did, and I like a lot of the things you do, but then there's a lot of things that are different about me than you, and maybe I want to go over here and I want to do this, and like, nope, you want to go over here. This is where you want to be. But you didn't realize that was the path they were trying to lead you down to fulfill all the things they didn't do and to fuel their egos. That way, when you could achieve these things they never did, they could also run in and tell people, oh, they would have never done this without me and my support and who I am. If it wasn't for me, they never could have pulled through and handled and done all this, all right? So some of you went down that road with your mothers, and you did everything they didn't do. And then after you achieved that and you went on, they still were coming for you. Now you get married, you have kids, and then they have a whole new thing, a whole new, they got a whole new game board of things to play with you, okay? And some of you said, no, I'm not going down this path. I'm going to be me. That's too bad. You didn't get to do all the things you wanted to, but that's not my fault. This is my life. I'm going to go do and be me. And they're like, oh, yeah? You think you're going to do that? Well, we'll see how that works out for you. And then they continued that whole time, that any time or turn, any part in your journey that they saw that they could weasel in and they could do some damage, they did it. And they did it and said, these women are smart, okay? You got to remember these women are smart because they knew when to do certain things around certain people. So it always looked like you were ungrateful, or maybe you were spoiled, or you were self-entitled, or even selfish. And that was not the case at all. But they set it up that way for everybody to always see, okay? Some of you didn't know for years and years and years behind your back, they were talking crazy things about you to other family members and stuff. And making it out like, oh, you never help them out. You never do anything for them. They're always doing for you and you're just a taker. And it was not the truth. But we got to remember, unless people are directly affected by your decisions, they really don't care. That's why these family situations get so out of control. Because unless someone's going to be directly affected, they're not going to care. They'll sit and listen to another person and go, okay, I won't be seeing that person for quite some time. I'm just going to sit here and agree with them through this conversation, because once I go away from them, I'm not going to have to hear this bullshit anymore. And I can just move on. Hi, Allison. Thanks for joining in. So, I know that's happened to a lot of people. I know a lot of people have had situations where, okay, I'll use some of my examples, so maybe that helps you guys. So, my mother's a master illusionist. Very smart woman. Very smart. She trained her whole life for this. Okay? Trained her whole life for this. When I got married the last time, right before I went up, I wanted her to meet the lady that was marrying us, right? And she goes up and she says, I says, this is my mom, Jerry. This is my dad, Dwayne. And I introduced, and my mom shook her hand and said, oh, don't worry. My daughter gets married and divorced as a hobby. And we were all like, what? And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? You just said this? Oh, yeah, she did. She said it with a smile on her face. And she was so proud how she said and did it. She got that jab in. Another example. My mother would like, so she just doesn't come up and tell you you're fat, okay? She goes, Stephanie, you're way too pretty to be fat. But see how she throws the pretty in front of the fat, and how she feels like that burn, that comment won't hurt, and that other people wouldn't look at her if they possibly heard it as rude because she threw the pretty in front of the jab. That's what she always has done my whole life, you know? And I think about all the people, and my mother is a freak about weight. She's a freak about weight. I'd be a little kid, we'd go through a drive-thru, and she'd say, oh, you want, hamburger, French fries, whatever. She thought that I was gaining any weight. It'd be like, no, we'll be sharing a fry. I'm like, I want my own fry. No, we'll be sharing that fry. So in control. Image was everything to my mother, and how you look, how you dress, where did it come from, how much did it cost, what kind of car do you drive, what college did you go to, what is that person's job. Everything is image to her, and it drove me crazy because I am so not like that, and it used to just burn my ass. Yes. Oh, very passive aggressive, always. And she always makes it out that I'm the asshole and she's not. Oh, thank you, Allison. I appreciate that, honey. So glad to have you join us and join in talking tonight. That's great. So some of you may have you've had a mother figure that similarly treated you that way. Now, if I did something amazing in my life, she wanted all the credit for it, okay? But now, I became a giant embarrassment to her because I got married a couple of times, right? Didn't ever want to get divorced to any of those people. But I'm not going to stay with the man that abuses me and tries to kill me. It's not going to happen. And my kids. I'm not going to stay either with somebody that I'm their punching bag in a way of making fun of me all the time, putting me down, picking on me. Like a person that you're in their life to pick on you because it builds their ego up, right? Not going to do that. Not going to do that. I'm not going to be with somebody too that wants to force me into being in a religion that I don't want to be in, and I don't believe in religion. That's me. I'm non-denominational. I take bits and pieces out of everything that encompass what my belief system is, as long as it's good. I don't have a problem with anybody being religious. As long as you're a good person, I don't care. That is such a small part of life to me. Overall, I don't care if you're spiritual or not. I just want you to be a good person. That's all I care about. I don't go up to people ever and go, so are you Mormon? Because I'm from Utah. Are you a Mormon? Are you Catholic? I don't give two shits. I don't. I want to meet you. I want to know your soul. I want to know your spirit, and I want to know your heart. That's what I care about. And as far as spiritual goes, I'm spiritual, yes. But you don't have to be spiritual to be my friend. You don't have to be spiritual to be someone I love. It's just a part of what I resonate with. And it's a part of where I'm supposed to go with my journey. But I never force that on anybody. Most people have to know me for quite some time before they even know all these sides of me. Most people don't even know that I do the things I do because I never go out going, hey, guess what? Do you want me to read your cards? Hey, why don't you sit down here and I can hear your thoughts in your head and you want me to tell you what you're thinking? No, I don't do that shit. I don't do that. And I prefer not to. I hear when I get around, and it's hard for me to be around people, especially people that are not good people, man. And they can, and when they're smiling in my face, and I can hear their head, it like opens up, and I can hear everything they're thinking. I'm like, oh my god, this person's so. I gotta get away. Gotta get out of this room. Gotta get away from this person. It's really hard sometimes to have certain things that you're opened up to, and you get to know certain things that other people don't have that connection to. It doesn't mean that they can't do it. They're just not connected to that right now. It's not where they're supposed to be in their life. So when you do get it to a certain place where you're at, you do find out that you start to what my friend when he picked him up the other day, he was all, I'm done peopling. I don't want to people anymore. He got in the car and he was all burned out. And he'd been around a bunch of people that were toxic. He's like, I am done peopling. I do not want to people anymore. And I was laughing so hard because I was like, oh, I so understand where you're coming from. So anyway, let's get moving forward some more. So there's just, there's some of you, maybe your mothers didn't feel like you met to the standard that they wanted you to. Well, that wasn't your standard. That was theirs. That was never yours. You have your own standard for yourself. Some of us have mothers that, because we didn't do what they wanted, they're like, okay, well, I'm out to get you the rest of your life. You're going to pay. You are going to pay. So some of us got cut out of everything, right? Like, all right, whatever. Some of us, to the day my dad died, my mom kept that going. And the minute he died, she's like, yeah, he's dead, and I'm coming for you, bitch. And that's what she's done. Her and my brother teamed up together. But I'll tell you what, even in his obituary, she couldn't help herself. Because you know what she wrote? She wrote, the love of his life. Well, our marriage, our union brought the love of his life, Stephanie-vigos. She just had to put that in there. She was supposed to be the love of his life. But she's so damn guilty about so much, she had to put it in there that it was me. I'm like, are you shitting me again? Like, really, Mom? And she thought that was going to make her look so amazing to people. I even have another example. My poppy died in November. He was my dad's best friend. My mom never cared for his widow. And so she felt she had to take over. And there's a lot of things here that we're wondering about. Because a lot of things aren't making sense. Then a lot of things now are starting to make sense. But she'd been so mad at me and my kids, because my kids have had enough of her shit too. They gone their own ways. They don't want to be conned. They don't want to be manipulated by her. And they don't want to make up lies and stories and go to court for them against me. My kids are done. They're like, goodbye. In fact, my youngest son told her, because she ruined his damn birthday this last year, he told her, he's like, way to go. You single-handedly took down a whole family, Grandma. Great. Anyway, this funeral, that was my extended family. We always were raised together. We did everything together. Our parents grew up together. And when he died, they had to put an obituary together. Well, my brother somehow ended up like as one of the kids, and his child ended up, as a pallbearer, and he was mentioned as an actual family member. Well, when it went out to go to print to the mortuary, she purposely left me and my kids out, like we weren't included. but made sure my brother and his wife and his son were included. So someone caught it. One of his kids caught it and says, "This isn't right. We can't do that to them." So then they went ahead and they put it in there and they worded it in a different way, like we're the leftovers, or we're like the, I don't know even how to put it, but it was really obvious. It was just sickening and it was sad. Then when we get to the funeral, all of them sit up on the front row. Gotta remember, my brother, his wife, and my nephew, like they're all immediate family. Why me and my kids come in and we're smushed, in the back. My two boys and my son's the oldest. My oldest son is the oldest grandkid out of all these grandchildren. And he should have been able to help carry down the coffin. Nope, not him, but my brother's son got to. Oh yeah, and they all got dressed up in their little kazootie suits to all match, have boutonnieres, and they all, yeah. But my two sons were left out of all of it. And I just thought it was absolutely funny how that this was orchestrated. And guess who was at the head of this whole thing? My mother, behind the scenes. And this isn't even her husband. This is how much control the woman has and how she controls other people. It's like he had a widow and it wasn't you. You weren't the widow. Makes you kind of wonder, huh? Sure does me. Why she was so obsessed with this. Why she had to take such a big part in this. So some of you, these kind of things may have happened to you as well. I chose to focus that day on him and his widow. And not and my boys, we'd had enough. We didn't go to the celebration after because we knew if we went over, they would just make up lies and say things and try to trigger us because we already knew what they were trying to do. There were so many crappy things at the funeral that day and the way they all acted. But you got to remember, this is a group of people. Half of them, couple of them, they've never really even worked. They had family members that passed away and they've lived off their trust and their trust fund. And they're just self-entitled and righteous. And unfortunately, they've raised those types of children. However, my mom likes them better than me. Even though they don't work, they haven't in years and years and years, and they're living off of a family's trust. She loves them because they got lots of money and they can show it. And, that to her is so much. So some of you may have very materialistic mothers out there, and you are not. You come from, like, you're cut out of a different cloth. Even though it was your mother, you were cut out of a different cloth. You dance to a different drum. You have your own beat. It's not the beat everyone else is beating to. You have your own beat. All right. The center of this reading is you are made from stardust. You are a miracle and you're here for a reason. The world needs you. So this is you guys. See how important you are? This just tells me that so many of you have been beat down and made to feel inferior. You've been made to feel like you're not the special person you are. You're made to feel that because you're different from most of your family, and you are from your mother, that it's not acceptable who you are. This right here tells me how amazing you guys are. So just own that and know it. Okay? We have a gift. I accept the gifts I've been given as a high service to the world. Do you see? Now this drives them crazy. Because you accept this about yourself. Now they can't, but you do. And when you accept this and you don't turn back and let anybody influence you to go, well, we need you to tone this down in the family. The families come together and the families decided We don't like what you're doing. You're embarrassing us. So we need you to tone this down. This is where you're going, nope, I'm going down my path. I'm going to do what I need to do. It doesn't matter if you like this. This is me. You're supposed to love me. Remember, you're my mother. You're supposed to love me no matter what. Just because I choose this path doesn't mean I'm a bad person. It means I'm different than you. It means that maybe you could learn something from me. I mean, imagine that, right? I learn from my kids all the time because I want to. Hope. Okay, look at this. Oh, I love this one, Kay. This reminds me, have you guys, I love dragons. I'm obsessed with them. Anyway, Toothless. Do you remember that cartoon or anime? What, I love Toothless. To Train a Dragon. Anyways, my youngest son was way into that show, and I loved that show with him so much. And this, look at him. This reminds me of Toothless right there. Now, this is Empress energy. So this is you guys on your path, standing in your power, okay? I am Ariana, okay? She's the person that created this deck. Black is her spirit guide. Whatever you feel in your heart, we want you to know that you are not alone. The hearts of millions upon millions of light-filled beings are connected through their common goal to bring back the golden age on Earth. Know this, we have all been companions since the beginning of time. Our hearts linked by a light-filled silver thread. You are a dragon rider, and we are proud to be able to call you as a companion. We bow before you. We know that the path is difficult at times, and that moments on this path can be filled with doubt and weight that fills your heart sometimes with sorrow, which is why you have this card. This card tells you now that you believe in love and goodness, and we believe in you. The golden path of your soul is letting love guide your footsteps. Black is the dragon who believes in us this moment. It believes in you and your courageous heart. It promises you that we will never give up. And this reminds me. So this is, I love this card. So this reminds me of, somebody was talking the other day about black and white, okay? And so this is a person I was having a conversation with, and they were talking about light and dark. This person hates black, okay? This person thinks that if you have black in your house, or black is a main staple color to anything that you wear or do, that makes you dark. This is so far from true. We have light, we have dark. If you're always light, your light is outbalanced. You have to have some dark to bring down that light. You have to have light to bring down the dark too. Because if you're all dark, you can't have that either. Light and dark, yin and yang, guys. One is light, one is dark. You have to have it. Now, those that work in the light, they control their dark. They don't let their dark take them to where? Dark night of the soul. They don't let the dark take them into toxic patterns and behaviors that will self-destruct. Now you can take that dark and put light into it, and that becomes power. That becomes protection. You use that dark and infuse it with light. That makes one hell of a protective shield against all your enemies that are coming up for you. I love black. Always have. Doesn't mean I'm dark at all. I used to have red walls in my house, and people freaked out. Oh my God, do you know what red means? I said, yes, I do. It's my favorite color. You obviously don't know what red means because you made that comment. It's just like people that think that 666 is a bad number. That makes me laugh every time I hear that. Every time I hear that, I'm like, no, it's not. That's not what it's meant to be. If you're spiritual, you know That is not true at all. First of all, 6 is the all-encompassing number of love. It's soulmate energy, okay? Look at this. I just pulled this out. Look at that. You want to know the true meaning of 666? There you go. I am centered. So all you out there that you use it for the other thing, it's not true at all. Okay? 666. It's a wake-up call. You to re-examine your current situation and change the direction of your thoughts so you can raise your vibration to a more positive frequency and be centered. Okay? 2 years ago, that whole number was about 6. It was about love, soulmate energy, soulmates coming together. It was about unconditional love, first for oneself, so then you could love your partner that much better. Sorry, I'm reading for a minute, you guys' comments. Yes. I like that, Bobby. I love clouds. That is so funny you brought up clouds. My youngest son and I will sit outside at night, sometimes, and he and I used to always stargaze at our old house. But anyways, sometimes we'll sit outside and just be talking and chatting and hanging out together. And if there's clouds, he and I are always going, look at that one. Do you see the person in that one? Oh my gosh, look at that one over there. That looks like a dog, We always look at the clouds, he and I, and we are always seeing cool images in them. And then we watch them move and watch them even turn into something, cooler. Let me see. Had red walls. Oh, you did? Ah! I love that. It was so cool. Not all the walls were red. I had my ceilings were so vaulted and high in different levels, but some of them I had different dark shades of gray and red. And then I painted all my doors black and the baseboards black. Now that was a nightmare when I went to sell it and I had to go back and sand and do all those white again. But I loved it. I thought it was really cool looking. A lot of people didn't. A lot of people tried to come in and tell me otherwise, but I've never cared what other people think. But purple and red are colors of royalty. Purple and red also make people, it invokes passion in people. Purple and red invokes people's psychic energy. When you go into a casino, you'll see a lot of purple and you'll see a lot of red. Those colors get people excited. They get people motivated. Okay? Now, some people say the complete opposite of that, and that's okay. It's totally okay. Red is all about the heart. All right. Now we have 6 of Swords. So this is the mother energy right now, the karmic mother energy. They've turned their back and they want to get out of this situation that they've created behind the scenes. They don't want anybody to know. They want to get over to calmer waters, but they've got their back facing you guys. Because they're like, I didn't do anything. Oh, I don't know what you think I did, but it's an illusion. You're losing your mind. Your perception's off. Okay? That's the kind of narrative they're spinning right now. What else do we have? Oh boy. They're stalking you guys. So your mothers are stalkers. A bunch of you, they're out there on fake profiles. Some of you have blocked them. I've blocked my family from everything. They want to talk shit about me. They don't get to see my stuff. So then they just make fake profiles and get on. And that's even dumber because all their fake profiles are being downloaded. Yeah, I don't know why they don't understand that there's an electronic footprint to everything. And then some of them have gotten other family members to get on, make fake profiles, watch us, and then, report back. And that's even good because now they've got the family members pulled into this too. The police know everything. They're not dumb. These people have no idea how deep this has gone. They just think because they're not sitting in a jail cell yet that they're not going to get caught. So this is the stalker. This is your mother stalking you from behind the scenes. See, her back's, again, not facing you. Oh, I'm not stalking you. I'm not making fake profiles. I'm not trying to destroy you behind your back. Nope, nope. I'm not obsessed with you. Oh, no, 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 no. But I can't keep your name out of my mouth. This is them also leading a pack of people to smear your name. Oh, look at this. The Magician. Some of your mothers play in the dark arts. You would never know it because they put a good face on out in the public. Yeah, some of them go to church. They act like they're good church goers and they only go when it's needed. Right? It's all a facade. Yeah. So, just so you know, some of your mothers are part of groups that you never knew. Your fathers didn't even know. Some of your siblings didn't even know that your mothers were a part of these groups. Some of your mothers, they pay people to do things to you guys behind the scenes. And then they turn around and say, it's you doing it to them. And if their lives are falling apart right now, oh yeah, your karmic mothers are saying it's your fault. Hi, Divine Hope. So good to see you. It's been a long time. I hope you're doing good. Some of you are going to find out what's been going on. Ooh, behind the scenes, baby. Queen of Swords. Woo! Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. This is either some of your sun signs or your mother's. My mother, she's a Queen of Swords. Woo! So they're in this energy right now. Very cold. Good to see you too. Thank you for joining in. This is an energy right now that they want to be looked upon as they're stoic. They're honest. They would never do this to their daughter or their son. They would never do this. They're upright. They don't do these kinds of things that people are now starting to see come out of the woodwork about them. No. They're very guarded to you now, though. Oh, yeah. They're very scared to move forward towards you, too, and wield their sword like they may have done in the past. No, they don't want to do that. No. Now, there's an opportunity that they're trying to strum up behind the scenes. This opportunity is to take you down. And this time for good. Because they're getting real sick of you. They want you to shut your mouth. And they want you to go sit in the corner like you did when you were a kid. And do what you're told. Okay? No. You guys have the door to personal healing and happiness. This is what you guys have. Okay? Oh, boy. Remember I said some of these mothers were paying practitioners behind the scenes to do stuff to you guys, and they think that this would never lead back to them? Oh, it's going to. Yeah, you know what, Bobby? It's time. It's time, girl. So some of them have been paying a practitioner to, attack certain chakras of yours for different reasons, okay? So currently, they're working on your 7th, okay? This is your spirit connection. Right? Divine help. That's exactly right. It's not an option. Not after what we've all been through. And you know what? We are getting larger in numbers. We're getting stronger as a collective. And we are rising up. Now, there's a lot of people with platforms that are getting real sick of all this crap. I felt bad last couple days. SSA Karmic, she's amazing. I just adore her and love her platform. And she's really getting worn down and she's really having a hard time. So if you guys get a chance to go over to her and watch her and ever put some good comments in there for her, do it. She's really a great person. And I feel bad. She's gone through everything I've gone through and then some. Right now she's having to move because of what's happening to her too. So anyways, they paid a practitioner, okay? Behind the scenes. Oh, but remember, they used your inheritance money to do it. Right? Oh, the inheritance money that was never owed to you. Yeah, but they're using it to pay people to hurt you. So, this person thought, we're going to go in and we're going to block off their 7th chakra. Yes, I like that. We have put in more hours than anybody could imagine, right? So, this person is trying, she can't stand, your mother cannot stand that you have this connection because they don't have it. But it wasn't meant for them to have it. This was your journey. They were supposed to go on it with you and be there for you, but they couldn't. What's going on with Pat? Yes, her and Miss Pat. There's a couple. Oh gosh, I could go on about how there's at least 6 of them getting super hit hard right now with this, and it's super sad. It really upsets me because these are really good people. Okay. My Libra mother-in-law will get caught for this. Bobby, you believe in the Most High. We know that. And you're a good person. And you wouldn't do what has been done to you. Just remember, the longer this takes, the harder they fall. I keep having people come on and go, nothing's happening. I'm getting mad. Da 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 da. This is not what you want to consume your time with. Believe me, I'm going on 13 years. Okay? The time frame is not the point. The point is that we keep going. We keep doing what we're supposed to do. We don't allow all this to destroy us and our kids. And we keep helping others that this is happening to or happened to. And we combine together as a giant, massive community to help each other. I know. Yes, she is going through the most. It breaks my heart. It really does. I hate to. Oh gosh. There's another, crap, I can't think of her name right now. I'm going to write a list, and I'm going to write them all down, and I will bring it up on the channel, because I'd like to see a bunch of you guys that watch me that are wonderful people go over and give these guys some support, because they really, they could use it. There's a couple of really great people out here right now. I get on to support them, and it breaks my heart to see what they're going through. It makes me cry because I've been going through it all too, and I hate it. I hate seeing this. It's not right. But they're attacking this 7th chakra, okay? They can't stand that you have this connection. This connection drives them nuts. Yes, James, the ancient emperor. Yeah, they're trying to say that now he's like an FBI informant and all this bullshit. Mm-hmm. Yep. Absolutely right. Uriel has come. Because Uriel's here. So Uriel has stepped in and said, no, you're not going to pay somebody to go cut their connection from spirit off. You don't get to do that, and it won't work anyways. But since you did step into this and you want to try this, well, we're going to cut your intuition off. You're not going to have a gift. You're not going to have a connection. And people aren't going to look at you anymore as inspirational. And when you go to try to be, you won't be able to do it. Because why? There won't be a connection. Okay? So the beautiful angel of Uriel has been called in here. The fire of God wears a brilliant crystal. Okay? And it's a crown that vibrates with a passionate connection to the divine. She brings great power to your 7th energy center, which is called the crown chakra, and is located where? The top of your head, right? This card indicates an open and free-flowing channel of information and inspiration from wonderful beings in the spirit world directly back to you. So this is who came and said, oh, hell no. You don't get to do this to my person that we love, that loves us. These angels know you. If you believe in them and you have a connection with them, they'll be there. I've seen it over and over, and it has been proven to me more than once. It's safe to slow down, relax, and let go. So, to your answer, Bobby, it will come when it's meant to. But when it comes, it could be very devastating. Just know. Scars. See this? These are the scars from your past. These are the scars that some of our childhoods had been created by the mother figures. But you guys, this is upright. Because you took those battle, I call them battle wounds, okay? They're just, they're little battle wounds, right? So you're going to take these and you've turned these into different positive stories in your life. Not negative ones, positive ones, okay? So you're looking at the scars of your life. These are certain things that were dealt to you that may have been unfair, may have been unjust. Some of these scars were the darkest hours of your life. These were some of the worst things that happened to you in your life, okay? You took the divine light you emerged with. When you accepted your calling, your purpose, or getting on the path that's right for you, those scars were lit. It's a divine light. So, look at that scar, that it was a gaping wound. And it started to, the light came in, right? So it started to close that up. It starts to heal. Now, we're always going to have a few, because that's life. That's everyday life. I'm talking about the big ones that turned you inward and made you think not so great things about yourself, made your self-worth go down, made you not believe in who you really are. You don't do that anymore. That's not for you. Okay? Now remember, this dragon is here to teach you that there's a miraculous cure for your wounds and your scars. Okay? Look at it as like a miracle powder. Okay? That there's this miracle powder, and 70% of it is forgiveness, 20% is acceptance, and 10% is devotion. And this devotion is that you're devoted to not let these pains, these scars, these wounds take you over. That's a huge accomplishment. Okay? And a lot of us, we're scarred. I gotta turn this other light on. Hold on. Sorry, Moo. There we go. That's a little bit better. Oh, it's not plugged in, huh? Okay. There, more light. So, you guys really need to be proud. For that card to come out, and this is the Karmic Mother reading, that's crazy. New World. This came out in that live that a bunch of you were on, but it got interrupted, and it would never upload today. Oh, what's happened to your fur baby? No worries, Divine. You have a good night. Thanks for getting on and participating. Much love and light. She said, not me, like meaning not her. Like she didn't do it. That's weird, Bobby. That's really weird. Because why, if you didn't, why would you ever say to somebody, oh, not me? Like, I didn't do it if you didn't do it. Like, I mean, if you were, that wouldn't be the normal reaction. You would never even think to, if you weren't guilty of it, you would not even think to say that at all. Because I don't know. That's just, does not have a good vibe with it at all. Maybe she just had a feeling. And now she's feeling a little bit guilty. Not that she was involved or anything. That's not what I mean. But maybe she inward had a feeling that he was doing it too. And so now she's feeling guilty about it. So naturally she wants to make sure that you know that she wasn't involved. I don't know. That's just weird. Really weird. Okay, the new world here. This was in that last live. This is what you're here to do. You're to help with this new world. You guys are here to usher in the new energy. You're supposed to be here part of the grand rising. You're supposed to bring the vibration up. This is what you're here to do. And this is a very beautiful, beautiful thing, okay? Don't rush it. The choices you make today could impact your future. Take things slowly. So this is telling me someone is going to try to come in, represent your mother, or your mother actually might come back and they want to work things out with you. But it's going to be a rushed thing because they don't want you to think. They want you to react. And they want you to react what? Accordingly. So just remember, there is an energy here. It may not be them. They may be paying someone else to come in and do this for them. But they need to get you back in line. You need to get with the program of the family. The family has a family program. You're not doing what the family wants. Bottom line, you're not doing what the family wants. Yeah, woman holding a heart. So a bunch of you can be water signs, okay? Yeah. Definitely, we have a Pisces on board for sure. Okay? This is the goddess of the moon energy. So whoever you are, you're definitely in a Queen of Cups energy. Divine Femmes. Okay? That's beautiful energy here. Okay? Now, this is intuitively being lit on fire. Your intuition connecting in. You're feeling and seeing things differently than you did before. Okay? Your senses are off. I mean, like going off like crazy. So, This is good that this energy is here with this energy, okay? Because sometimes this energy can take you very deep and it can drag you down under and if it in a retrograde, it can make you like this, okay? But having her there, this is leveling out this water energy. So you're not too emotional. You're not overly emotional. You're not overly happy. And you're not diving down in the depths below and getting stuck in your feelings, okay? Door to value. This is you guys. Door to value. So this has a lot to do with, look at this. See all that money? This is how your mothers perceive value materialistically. Okay? Very materialistically. You guys don't. You don't look at people that way. Okay? You don't put how you get to know someone, like it's not like you're going on a date and you're putting a person through a job interview, right? Now, a person that values someone in a very materialistic way, or that's how they look at somebody, how they size a person up by what they have materialistically, okay? You guys don't. So when you go on a date with somebody, you're not going to put them through a job interview, or you're not going to put them on the witness stand. That's a very good point here. So, when I was growing up, I always felt like my mother was always putting me on the witness stand. Always, everything. It didn't matter what, you're on the witness stand, with the light shining, like interrogation all the time. Then when my kids got older, she'd do it to them. They'd be like, oh my God. Feels like the woman's always putting me on the defense. I'm always having to defend myself. And I always feel like when I'm around her, like I've done something wrong that I haven't even done. So there's a bunch of you that have had that energy thrown at you. Now, that's because these people have the way that they value things is completely different than the way you value things. You do not value things on a materialistic end. You don't see things that way. You guys see things, you actually see things through your heart. You fill with your heart with people. Your third eye opens up and you can see through some people. Your spirit will tell you. Some of you, all the different C's have opened up. You're clairvoyant now. Some of you are clairaudient. Some of you are clairsentient. And you're going, oh my gosh, I can't believe all the things that I did not know that I know now. Because why? Because now you chose to be centered. Now you chose to ditch a lot of people that weren't there for you, that weren't good for you. Now, when I'm going back and I'm talking about closing out cycles, like the Spirit wants me to hit this again. Some of you think you've closed out cycles. You have not. You know that there's still toxic people that you're dealing with attached to you. And these toxic people, you might think, well, I don't talk to them very often, or I don't deal with them very often, so there's really no attachment there. Well, guess what? There's a reason that they're not talking to you very often, and they're not coming around you very often. Because why? Your karmic mother wants them to not get too close so you don't boot them, because they know where you stand now and they've seen what you will do. So we'll just pull this person back a little bit and have them tiptoe in to just kind of check the temperature of the water. Just check and see what could be going on. What do we need to be aware of? Because we need to know what her or his next move is planned. Okay? That's where that sits at. So this door to value is super important, because the way you guys value things is completely different than the way your mother values things. So you want new beginnings because these new beginnings will, and you want changes in your finances, your career, and your family life. But the reason why you want these is because you want to have a better home life for your kids. You want to um, be able to say you have a child that they want to go to college and be something amazing and you don't have the money to do it. You want to be able to do that so that they can follow their dreams, their inspirations, and they can become who they want to be. Whereas the way your mother would look at this is like, okay, so they want to go to college, right? Okay, well, what are they going to be? Well, maybe they want to be an artist, and this artist will probably never make very much money, but they're passionate about it, they're really good at it, but they may always be that struggling artist type, but that's what they want to do. And you're like, hell yeah, they're awesome in this. Their beauty comes out, that you can truly see who they are. They're so talented. I don't care if they don't make a lot of money, this will make them happy. This is what they are meant here to do, okay? Whereas she'd be going, well, let's talk to them about this because they're not going to get very far with this. And there's so many people out there that are going to be better at this than they will ever be. It's going to be really, really hard for them to ever shine and be in the spotlight. And you're going, well, wait a minute. When did we ever talk about the spotlight? And when did we ever talk that they have to be famous? And when did we ever talk that they're going to have to own a museum to put all their art in and have all these, you know, snooty people come to spend their money? No, this is a passion for them. This is what they want to do. They may sell their art privately. They may not want to sell their art to elite and rich people, really snooty people. Maybe they want to put their art out there at an affordable price that anybody can afford it. But they want the right people to pick their art that resonated from the bottom of their hearts. They don't necessarily want to be known because they have now joined another, like I was saying, an upper echelon of people that are in the artsy fartsy groups, okay? No, they just want to be seen for who they are. Okay? Hopefully that helped out a little bit. So door to value is open here, okay? So there is there's always a connection with spirit, with the abundance of the flow of prosperity and abundance. So when that is cut off, you go into a rut. You go into a stuck mode. You'll go into hangman mode. You'll go into fear flight mode. You will start to not believe in your own gifts. You'll start to believe in that what you do, you aren't doing it. They killed your sister-in-law, Bobby? Really? Your ex-husband to be, his sister. Wow. That's sickening. So this door to value, when this comes up for you guys, what this means is the way you're manifesting this doorway to open for the prosperity and the abundance, the pentacles to flow to you. You're doing this from your heart center. You're not doing this for clout. You're not doing this for fame. You're not doing this to rub elbows with a bunch of snobs. Okay? Oh, she's an artist? That's awesome. Exactly. When you are doing what makes you happy and you're in your passion, the money will come to you in the right manner. A lot of people get on their spiritual path and they get all frustrated because they automatically assume that because they've got onto their journey, they got onto the path, that all of a sudden money is going to start dropping out of the sky. It doesn't work like that. That's cool. You're an artist? I can't draw. I'm not gifted that way at all. I loved it though. I took a lot of art classes in junior high, and I loved it. But I'm not good at that. No, I'm really creative, with like crafting. But but I can't draw anything. My stick people even aren't good. Yeah. So you guys need to be happy. This doorway to value, it's wide, wide open. Okay. Look at it kind of like, okay, you know, the Wizard of Oz. And when they finally go down, they get down to the end of the yellow brick road where they discover that, you know, they pull they finally figure out who Oz is, and he's just that guy that's behind the curtain with the mouthpiece. Well, this is kind of like you figuring out that everything in your life that was materialistically driven by a person, that was your mother, there was no value to it. She placed high value on it, but there never was any value on it because there was never anything from the bottom of the heart to it. Now this, the way you look at this, the way you perceive this, the way that you've gone about this is different. Because you do things from the heart space. So because you do this, you get new beginnings. So then all of a sudden, your money expands. Your work expands. Money concerns you have will start to dissipate. Because why? There'll be things to come in to replace that. Because you're going to start getting pulled out of feeling like you can't pay for this, or you can't do that, or you got to rob Peter to pay Paul. Okay? It's going to change. So this is about potential. This is about the way that you looked at money before, or the way that you were taught to look at money, or the way that you were to perceive the value of money, and even your value. It's not, you're not a piece of paper. You're more than that. You're not a workhorse for someone. If you're going to be a workhorse for yourself. Quit killing yourself for other people, because they definitely don't appreciate it. And you guys are here because you're a part of this new world. You have a huge part to play in this. And some of you, I can hear you going, well, but I'm not going to be like you. I don't want a platform. I don't want to be out in the public. I don't want people to know me. Okay. Well, what? That doesn't make you less important. That does not make you that you don't have a part in this new world. Maybe your part is behind the scenes. Because we have to have beautiful people, wonderful, gifted, talented people behind the scenes doing things too. Everybody, you know, it's like an engine. And there's all these different parts. This engine can't turn over and go forward without the different parts. So look at it as we're all different parts to this giant engine. All right, I'm going to bring these over here now, and this is what we're going to do. We're going to go through these cards. Let's see. They don't want to talk. You are not alone. You are not alone. You are not alone. You know why this is coming out? Because they want you to feel alone. Because you won't get with the family program. You won't be controlled. You won't be manipulated. And you won't shut your damn mouth. Now this is a stuck energy. Okay? This is a stuck energy. Because they're gossiping. They're talking. They're slandering. Okay? Don't believe your crappy thoughts. Your mind can lie to you. This comes out as a stuck energy because they're gossiping. They're sending you their nervous energy. They're sending you their insecure energy. They're trying to project and mirror their thoughts to you that they're feeling about themselves, so you'll feel just as crappy and shitty as they do. But you're not. No. So, this is where your mother is stuck right now. Okay? Oh, the struggle is real. You are going through some tough stuff. You got this. This is in reverse. Some of them are giving up. And when I mean giving up, they tossed in the white towel. This is the white towel of life, though. So when I'm saying they've given up, this is their life force being drawn out of them. This is them giving up and going, I don't care anymore. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't like this because I'm in trouble now and everybody can see it. People are knowing the secrets I kept for so long, hidden underneath the surface that I always thought would never come out. I spent my whole life hiding these secrets, especially from my son or my daughter. Because why? The secrets are about them. This person can't take it anymore. That's the 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords energy. Good job getting out of bed today. Yay, you. So if you guys are struggling with this, which I don't feel like you guys are, I feel like they are. I feel like they're now wanting to hide out of the public's eye. They're wanting to hide from certain people that know that they dragged them into a bunch of stuff that now is going to go legal. And some of them are very, very depressed. Some of them paid practitioners, like I said, to do stuff to you guys. And part of the things that they were wielding was they wanted you bedridden so you wouldn't talk. You'd shut up. So physically you couldn't go anywhere and be that peppy person that you are. Or they didn't want you to inspire others, and they didn't want people to be inspired by you. And definitely not your kids. And they wielded a narrative about you that made you look lazy, unproductive, down in the dumps, that your children shouldn't be around you because you can't get out of bed. Okay? Well, backfire. Juggling people is gross. Criticizing others is a waste of time. You have better things to do. Well, guess what? They can't do this anymore. They've been cut off from the Most High. Some of you have passed on fathers that are like, well, I told you to stop. You didn't want to listen. I'm putting the full kibosh down now. You're not going to juggle people anymore. You are not going to keep criticizing my child anymore. And you aren't going to get a whole group of people to gang up and do this to my child anymore. It's coming to an end, guys. I'm telling you. It's coming to an end. This energy is going to be stopped and put in its place. And some of you, your mothers, have lost all faith. Know how to do stuff. Learn to cook, organize your space, fix things, and manage your time. Your future self will thank you. So there might be some of you that maybe your mother's a really good cook. Maybe she's a really good seamstress. Maybe she's a good gardener. Bobby, maybe she was a good artist. However, doesn't mean that you're not. But there's been a narrative spun about you guys. That is not you. So they've tried to distort your character. They've tried to make you look very unappealing to people. So a bunch of you could cook, you could be really good organizers, you could fix things, you could manage your time. And they have completely said that you can do none of the above. Okay? That's just for some of you. Not all of you. Your brain is incredible. Keep learning how it works. Embrace your unique mind. Now that's you guys. You're using your brains in a unique way. It's to help others. It's to embrace things that you've never embraced before because you've decided that you are unique. You are weird. You are different. And you like it now. You're like, I do like this part about me. I'm tired of people tearing me down. In fact, I've ran into a whole bunch of people that think that I'm really amazing. And now you're starting to find out that that was all just brainwashing. Okay? They do this in a way, it's almost, it's like how the mass media, it's like the government, everything else. They want to condition us to accept things. So if they put stuff out there that we really, our souls oppose it naturally, our brains do, our hearts do. But if they keep putting it out there over and over and over, we will get conditioned to it. So then when they unleash it on us, it's not like, oh my God. It's like, oh, okay, I guess we'll accept this. This is a technique they used on you from the time that you were a child, a bunch of you, okay? So if you feel like you're going nutso, blame the old hormones, okay? You'll recognize yourself again one day. So a bunch of you are going through menopause out there, all right? So when my mom went through it, she did completely act like a nut job, okay? She even tried to strangle me when I was 8 months pregnant with my youngest child. And that almost caused a divorce for my parents. Because she really lost it. Yeah, you don't try to strangle a pregnant woman, especially 8 months pregnant, right? And I didn't even want to go up there that day and talk to her, but I did it because my dad wanted me to. So some of you are out there feeling kind of nutso because you're going through menopause, and because you're going through it now, and your mothers went through it, and they went crazy because it is true. When the daughter and the mother will similarly go through the same type of menopause. So, I was scared shitless when it was going to happen to me. Like, oh my God, look at her. Hell no. No, I can't. This cannot happen to me. Oh, it did. It did. It did. And when my divorce got really bad, oh, my menopause got really bad because menopause is driven by stress too. And when you are stressed, your menopause will be worse. Your symptoms will be much worse, okay? And some people, they don't have a hard time going through it. They don't act nutso. They don't act crazy. But when it hit me hard, I was my house was being sold out from underneath me. My oldest son was losing his marbles, and he and his girlfriend were going through some really, really hard stuff. My ex-husband, he lost his absolute mind, and he was doing everything in his power at that time to make things harder. We talk now. We have a good relationship. We've forgiven each other for all that, moved on. And then my youngest son, he was having a bunch of his own stuff going. So I had a lot going on. My job that I had that I loved, the owners were shutting down. And it was like, oh my God, I'm going to lose this now too. So, of course, my menopause went, brrr, right? So the whole point of this story is my family was like, yes, we are going to use this. And we're going to drive it into the ground. And we're going to talk about her like she is a nut job. And we are going to beat this into the ground. And we're going to let everybody know. And they did. And they did everything to trigger me at every angle they could. But when my mom was going through it, and her life was not even falling apart whatsoever at the time, and she was a full-fledged nut job of a bitch. And you know what? I was told, deal with it. But when it happened to me, oh, it was totally different. Totally different. So someone else out there is going through this same stuff. Your mother has lost her mind, or did, and now you're going through this. And everybody's trying to say, you're nutso, you're crazy-o, you need to get help. And you are. I don't know who you are, but you are trying to get help. I know you're trying to change your diet. You're trying to change your sleep patterns. You're trying to do more exercise, because when you do go through menopause, you're fatigued, you're exhausted. Your hormones, they're so out of balance, and so are your emotions. Acupuncture has been one of the greatest things for me to help me get this back in alignment and more under control. So just remember, whoever you are not nutso, you're just feeling it, okay? Those are the hormones. Get out and walk and cry and purge. Get out into the air and feel different about who you are, okay? It's okay. You need to do an ugly cry. That will release all that yuckiness that's stuck deep down inside, so you don't feel so nutso, because you're not. You're not nutso. Other people might be saying it because they see this as a great opportunity. My family did. They're like, oh, this is a golden opportunity to really stick it to her. And someone may be looking at you in that way. We can use her going through menopause and make her look like a lunatic. She was just kind. The occasion that I'd never be good as her. Ah! That is good, Bobby. I like that. Now, whoever you are, menopause also fatigues you. Sometimes you can sleep too much. And then there's nights where you can't sleep at all. You toss and turn, because why? Your body's like a furnace. And then once you get the furnace cooled down, you're like an ice cube and you're chilling. You literally have the chills all over. So some of you right now, this has put you into a depression, what you're going through. And this is the physical, hormonal side of it. So you're sleeping too much, okay? So Spirit's saying, get yourself balanced out, because you're missing out on some really cool stuff, because this menopause is putting you in a depression. And that's for someone out there, okay? This is putting you in a depression for someone. All right. Let's see, what else do these cards want to tell us? Ooh, 6 of Wands in reverse. So, the karmic mothers that have come against their children that are upright, you will not have a victory. Okay? You're not going to have a victory. They thought they were going to have a victory, but they're not. This is not a victory. There's no success at taking your child down. This child that you came for, you're not taking them down. God will not let you. They won't. They won't. Now, some of these mothers have really put on a look for the community, okay? And I'm talking, it's the religious card that they're pulling. And they're not really religious at all. Yeah, look. This is the injustice that they did to you. Menopause doesn't do that to you. No. Menopause doesn't make your legs swell like that. No. You might gain weight. That's not weight gain. That was so much water. Okay. Some of you are Libras that your mother came up against. This is not good for them at all. No. They're really out of balance. Look at this. Injustice. They're out of balance now. They wanted you out of balance. They didn't want you to be happy. They didn't want you to be successful. This is that. Six of Wands in reverse. Queen of Pentacles, okay? This is the mother figure. Your mother figure. Feminine, masculine. This is the head of the family, right? This is the person that's supposed to lead the family, be the matriarch. Yeah. They got a group of people. Ooh. They are in trouble. Okay? There's trouble here. Because we got 3 of Pentacles in reverse and we have 3 of Cups upright. So, this is some cousins. This is some aunts. This can be nieces, nephews, uncles, brothers, sisters, siblings. Your own children, unfortunately. And that's the part that hurts the worst. When they try to make our own kids go against us. And we would never, ever, ever try to get anybody to go up against them. It's like, it is what it is. You are who you are. I am who I am. I'm going this way. You go that way. I mean, there's only one thing my mother and I have agreed on in years. And it was the day that I called her and I was like, why am I trying to make up with you? I didn't do all this shit to you. You did this to me. You tried to destroy my life. You took everything from me. And you've laughed about it. And then here I am being weirdly codependent with you back in that hamster wheel. And I'm actually trying to get you to forgive me and talk to me. And I didn't do this shit to you. And then she says, I just look at things this way, Steph. My life is better with you not in it. So I think we just need to stay there. And I was so hurt when she said that. When your mother tells you their life is better with you not in it, that hurts. But then I was like, the light bulb went off. And it was like, ding. And it was like this. Ding. And I was like, holy shit. Finally, we agree on something. We finally agree on something, the two of us. So I've accepted it. And I've honored it. And I will honor this till the day she dies. So, other family members gladly stepped in to take your place. Just like mine. Because why? They saw money. They saw opportunities. And they saw a way to shine. But I promise you, all of this had to do with any of these people gaining something from this. And it was all monetarily, materialistically. But look, it's in the reverse. Here they all are jumping around. Hee. We screwed him or her over behind their back. This is like them shopping on vacation, having a good old time and just laughing and slamming you behind the scenes, okay? And spending your money and having a good time at it. Some of these people just got money to not tell what they knew. Just to shut up. Just to say, if so-and-so ever calls you, you will never say that you know any of this. And we'll pay you every month to just shut your mouth. And they did it. And they thought, oh, well, this isn't bad of me. I'm just not saying anything. So how am I hurting my cousin? Or how am I hurting my sibling? Or my aunt, my uncle, however you fit into this, that they justified it. Well, I'm not participating in all the underhandedness stuff behind the scenes. I'm just not saying anything. That's fucked up. That's all I gotta say. Well, guess what? They're not getting paid now. Nope. And a bunch of them that were getting paid, that thought that nobody knew they were getting paid, oh, a bunch of your conversations got heard by the right people. Yeah, you guys aren't laughing so hard anymore. Death. It's in reverse. There won't be any transformation for all of you guys that came together to do this behind the scenes. It's a no-go. No transformation whatsoever. And yes, They all looked at you as an opportunity. That's what you were from the get-go. Even when you were born, this person turned you into an opportunity to always use you as a whipping post, a scapegoat, and to be victimized by you, abused and used by you. Why? What? Oh, yeah. They've told a narrative and a story that they literally always picked up the pieces for you, that they did so much for your kids, right? Interesting, huh? Well, I'll tell you what. I've sacrificed and spent more monetarily things, money, and been through way more stuff where my oldest son is concerned than my mother ever thought of. And I'm always going to love him. And he and I have been through a lot together. And I'm always going to love him. Nobody can take that from me, and nobody can take that from him. And I'm never going to ask him back for one penny of any of it. Because I did it from the bottom of my heart, everything for him. Okay. Let's get a couple more of these. Wow, I've been going for a long time, haven't I? Woo! When I get talking to you guys, the time just goes by so fast. All that I need is coming to me in ways I could have never imagined. Look at this. This is awesome. You guys deserve this. I am willing to see my sameness with others. This opens my awareness to oneness. Okay? That's wonderful. I keep hearing they're losing their mind. They're losing their mind. They wanted, these karmic mothers wanted so bad, and they spun this narrative so bad that you're crazy. You're losing your mind. Don't listen to this person. They'll lead you down the dark path, you know. No, that was none of the sort. Never was from the get-go. Guess what? They're losing their minds now. And now people are starting to look at them and go, I think you're the crazy one. I think you tried to drive them to be crazy. And because they didn't go crazy by you just being their mother, I really take my hat off to them, because they surely have come a long ways for what they've been put through. There's a lot of us out here that should have been put in straitjackets for what our mothers did to us. We should have looked or felt crazy because of what they did to us. But we consciously chose, I am not going to allow what she's saying, what she's narrating, what she's telling everybody to be the truth. I will go be me over here, and those that love me will follow me over here. And they'll understand what's going on, and they'll support me. Now, when I went through what I was going through, I told my boys, if you think you can have a relationship with her and my brother, then by all means, go do it. Have it. It's not my place, because they were adults by this time. It's not my place. If you can have a good relationship with her, then you go have it. I'm not going to tell you no. Well, guess what? They tried, and they found out that she was now turning into the same person with them as she was with me. Because why? She couldn't control them. She could not get my own children to hate me. And she and my brother were trying so damn hard to get my own kids to hate me. And they're like, we're not going to do that. We know who our mother is. And now we see who all of you are. You're the fakes. You're the phonies. And you people don't love anybody unless there's money behind it. So taking care of myself is a radical act of love. And this is what you guys have been doing. And this annoys them like crazy. You loving yourself? Oh my God, they cannot have that. Now, if you express this outwardly, oh, it's even worse. And then if they see you out and about and you look happy, you look good, you sound it too, oh, that's like a triple whammy. I seek out happy people who inspire me to be great. This is what you guys do. And now you're like a magnet for people like you to come towards you that do finally the same things you guys do because you got the blockages out of your way. Some of you had to cut your mothers off. It was hard. It was hard for me because my dad, his mother and his mother had their own challenging relationship, but he always chose to try to be there for her no matter what. And even if she was shitty to him, he would say, she's still my mother and I'm going to try. But she never went to the lengths. Never went to the lengths of that my mother went. Oh, no. However, I thought I have to be that dedicated. I have to keep being there for her. Well, once she realized that about me, she realized I can really do anything to her and she'll be here. I'm really going to push it. I'm really going to see how far I can go with this. Well, it didn't work out in her favor. We'll just put it that way. So some of you don't have to stick there and be that whipping post for them. You don't have to have this relationship with them so that they feel better about what they've been doing to you behind the scenes, behind your back. Some of you have realized that this dedication to your mother made you undedicated to your own self. And it's okay now. You can be dedicated to yourself. If this person is tearing you down so bad it's destroying you and your whole family unit because of this relationship, then you got to cut the tie off for the better health and wellness of the whole family unit. I had to. My boys are so much better off for this now. These are ancestral curses that we've had to break. And it's hard. I have it on both sides of my family, but both grandmothers, okay? I got a lot of strong women on both sides of my family, but then I have women, these same women on both sides of my family that are really codependent too. And a lot of them they went through cycles of different kinds of abuse. But it's abuse no matter what. Doesn't matter if it's mental, emotional, physical. No matter what, or control. It's a form of abuse. And they all went through it. And it all got handed down. And I know I've said this a couple times on my channel. That's to do with my situation. But it goes along with this for you guys. At one point I said to my mom, oh my God, look. Your mother's mother and her never got along. They were complete opposites. And her mother tried to destroy your mother. Now, you and your mother battled. And you and your mother were complete opposites. And my mother adored her mother, the one that tried to destroy the other daughter. And my mom loved her, wanted to be just like her. She dripped in diamonds and furs, and she came from an aristocratic family. And my mother loves that shit. Well, my mother's mother didn't. She was just like me. So guess what? And guess who ends up taking care of her? I did. I took care of my mother's mother. My mother couldn't even do it. And her mother didn't want her to. She was scared of her. So anyway, I say, look at this. This is an ancestral toxic ass pattern of mothers and daughters. And they destroy each other. These mothers destroy their daughters. They destroy their relationships. all around them because they don't want, if their daughter doesn't want to be just like them and doesn't want to be the whipping post, doesn't want to be controlled, doesn't want to do exactly what that person wants to do, well, they're going to punish them. They're going to make their life a living hell. And her response was, oh, we've surpassed them. We've gone way far over that. Oh, let's not talk about changing it. Let's not talk about ending it. Let's not talk about we don't want to be like them. We want to be better. We want this shit to stop so this doesn't trickle down to our other children and their children. Nope, she didn't give two shits, but I do, and it's going to end with me. It's going to end with me. I promise you guys, it will end with me. There will be no more other kids in my family that have to go through this. I do not want my boys to have daughters and they go through this. It's awful. It's not a way. It's not how we should treat each other. It's not the way we're supposed to love each other. Not at all. I can expand time when I'm inspired. Well, they are completely uninspired right now. And some of you may feel a little bit uninspired too because this feels overwhelming, this emotion right now I'm getting from all of this. The reason being, it hits home, it hits hard when it's your mother. Especially when you love your mother. When you want the best for your mother. When you were always there for your mother. You even sacrificed your own self for your mother. Because I did all those things and it did not fucking matter. Not one bit. We're going to see who's going to be taking care of her at the end now, won't we? Because it won't be me. Oh, I tapped out. See what else we have. My greatest experience of freedom comes when I let go of what others think of me. Absolutely. So this is that narrative that they rewrote about you. You don't care anymore. You let go of it. You can go around and say whatever you want about me. You can go spin it, change it, do whatever you want to it. I'm not owning it. That's your problem, not mine. I celebrate my progress. Awareness, not perfection, is the goal. I love this card. Because most of these mothers that are karmic like this, they're extremely OCD about everything. And they're complete control freaks. Because they can't control themselves. They can't control their anger. They can't control their bitterness. They can't control their jealousy. They can't control their envy. They can't stand that you have gone on without a care in the world away from them when they thought you'd be running and crawling back to kiss their ass. And you were like, nope, I'm out. This doesn't work for me anymore. I'm going over here. You told me to go away, so I did. I'm very aware of where I want to go. I'm aware of the goals I want to complete. But I'm not going to have to do control. I'm not going to have to control everything and everyone. I'm going to do this naturally. All right, let's see what else. Contract. Woohoo! We got justice again. We got Libra energy again. All right. Now, this is going to sicken some of you. Yep. Some of you, your own mother entered into a legal contract, a fake ass marriage with someone that you cared about to really get your goat underneath things behind your back. Some of you, this is how sick your own mother is. And this is beyond sick to me. But some of you, they did. This was a caring connection you had with somebody, and they took it over. It was the ultimate betrayal for some of them to you. Okay? That's for a very few of you. That's very specific. Okay? Doesn't matter. Justice is here. Okay? This is Libra energy. Some of you, this is like the Lover's card. Okay? So this could be a past lover of yours. Could be an ex-husband of yours. Some of you, oh God. I did pick up on this one earlier. Oh, here it is again. Yeah, some of you, your mother's got with your ex-husband. I just heard some of you, it's ex-husbands. Some of you, it's just ex-lovers. It's going to come out. You're going to be absolutely, it's going to be very shocking. Okay? That's just for some of you. Yeah, it's really, oh my God, look. Deceit. See this man here? This is the thinking man. This is him. Oh yeah, he's thinking now. I screwed your mother. Didn't want you to know, but I did. Oh yeah, there was abundance behind this, and it was blossoming. I got paid. Yeah, the whole community knows. They participated in getting this whole thing put together because we took everything from you. By this marriage, they were able to take something that was meant to be yours. But they are in so much trouble because Metatron has recorded every bit of this. Okay? Metatron knows everything. So even when the bad, so-called, what we call bad guys, or those out there that are trying to come against us, Metatron's always documenting it, going, oh, okay, I saw that. You didn't know I did, but God does now too. So just know, for those of you that this happened to, some of you, you don't know about it yet, okay? Others of you, your mothers paid certain people that you had romantic relationships with to go away from you and to go towards another person that they could get them into a what? A contract, married, because that's the key component here to get what was meant to be yours, what was left to you. No matter what, underneath all this, there was nothing but deceit. And people were celebrating, laughing, having a good old time, okay? Well, Metatron's come down. They were also, remember going back to that practitioner I told you about, okay? That I said was paid to do things against you. Well, they were also attacking because Metatron's here, okay? So that's your sixth chakra. That's about clarity. That's your personal vision, okay? So this is about them. And it also has to do with your third eye. So the practitioner was attacking all of that too. And Metatron's like, oh, hell no. This is not the way we're going. It's not what's happening. All right, let's see. Now, this is a stuck energy. The angel of love. Now, your mother wants to be loving. Your mother wants to act like she cares about you. Now, she's backpedaling, excuse me. Now she's trying to backpedal. Now she's trying to soften up the blows that were sent towards you. Okay? It's not going to work. Here's another stuck energy. Angel of strength. She's praying now. Oh, yeah. She's praying now. There's a Leo praying too. There's an Aries praying. There's a Scorpio praying. There's a Virgo praying. There's a Pisces praying. There's a Capricorn praying. There's an Aquarius. There's a Taurus. And Gemini. They're all praying. Yep. They don't want the light to be shown on what they did to you. Now they want their angels to help them. Now they believe in angels like you do. But remember, they made fun of you for doing that. But now they believe. If it was from the bottom of their hearts, that would be great. We would love that. But it's not. No. And Spirit knows that. The Most High knows that. Your passed on father knows that. Like, yeah, we're just going to stick you here, okay? You're going to have to think about this for a while. But we're going to put you in the energy of love. We're going to put you in that energy of reminiscence. We're going to put you in that energy of not having strength, of being completely exhausted. You're going to have to sit in your thoughts, though, in a loving way. You're going to reminisce. You're going to remember. They're going to be crushed. They're going to be in their emotions. Okay? One more round in this deck. Let's see. What do we have? The man holding the heart now. We got the man holding the heart. Okay. So now. Oh, this is a past energy. So remember that man that she got down with, some of you? Or remember the man that was paid to go away from you? To go to the karmic that they wanted them to not be around you because they didn't want you to be together? Well, now he wants to come back. Okay? Yeah, he wants to come back. For some of you, this is a water sign energy. For some of you, it's not. It's just a masculine coming back in this energy. No matter what, it's a facade. Here you go. This is twice today. This is him twice today. He really plays in the background with that karmic that he went to. So remember that person that they paid to go away from you, that they led way over here? Well, this is where they led him. Straight to hell. This person is a shapeshifter. This is what they used to look like to you. If they came around you right now, you would see all that reptilian energy. You would see right through this person. You would see them as this person, but turned around. And literally demonic. Because this is what they do at night. And this is what they did with the karmic. And your mother may have participated with this group of people at one time or another behind the scenes as well. And maybe that's why she's been paying people so heavily to not tattletale. Because she cannot be seen as being a part of this whatsoever. For some of you, this is a secret society that your mother got involved with. And paid them to do things to you. Because if she didn't actually participate, oh, she's not responsible. She didn't do it. Okay? In her mind. Okay? You got to remember where she's coming from. This is her mind. Okay? The angel of balance is here. Okay? For you. And you only. This is, again, that Libra energy. Okay? This is also the star energy, okay? So some of you may be also Aquariuses out here. So what they wanted to do was create, with all these people to come up against you, is financial constraints. If they can get you in this energy, you won't be able to afford a lawyer, they think. You won't be able to get the right help to come up against, to go back against them for what they did to you. You won't be able to get victory. You won't be able to get justice on the injustices. So if they can constantly create these financial constraints, you won't be able to get what rightfully was and is yours. What was meant to be yours from the get-go. All right? Just like I've said so many times with my situation, I don't give two shits what any of you people think. I don't care if you're a judge. I don't care if you're a cop, you're a PI that all got involved and paid. These are not the good people I'm talking about. These are the karmic people that were hired and were a part of the plot against me. You were not my father. You did not work your ass off like that man did. You do not get to decide. He decided what was going to happen with everything. And there's three people that always knew. And there's three people that should have only been dealt with this. And that was me, my brother, and my so-called mother. Not my so-called sister-in-law. Well, you're an ex to me now. None of you in my family, cousins, uncles, I don't give two shits. It was none of your damn business, not any of you. You had no right. These people were sending people towards some of you to create financial restraints. Like they were actually finding a toxic, disgusting person out there that they could, put together and look good towards coming to you. They actually trained this person on you. They got this person educated on what you like, what you dislike, what will trigger you, what will not. She has a heart of gold. She's a bleeding heart. So go in with these things going on and she'll dive right in to help you because she'll see the good in you and then you'll zap her. Some of you, they purposely sent people towards you that they knew that they had certain addictions, certain problems, that these would eventually trickle down and put you in a bad position. And then you would look bad in a court situation, especially. This is what they wanted for you. But it didn't work. You guys are still balanced out. You're yin and yang. Okay? It didn't work. It's a no-go. And I keep hearing it's a no-show. So for some of you, you do have court dates, court hearings you're not aware of. And they want you to be a no-show because then they think it'll be a no-go. So you won't get what is deserving of you. Don't worry. Spirit already knows this. Your passed on father and other family members know this. They're aligning things up with the universe. And you're going to be fine. This is for somebody out there. For them trying to block you to be to a court hearing or having a court appearance, they've done this more than once and said that for one reason or another you didn't show. The judge is not going to buy it this time, okay? The judge will not buy it this time. This time, he's going to be, well, we're going to make sure that we will personally get this information to her in her hands this time, or him. Put it where it goes. But that's for more than one of you out there that have been down this really hard road, okay? Some of you, your family members, tried to get you tied up in lawsuits, tried to get you put in jail, tried to get your records, paid people to, like, say you had a little bit of a past. Nothing big, okay? Like, maybe say the worst thing on your record was, like, maybe you had a DUI or something like that. Okay? Maybe you had a misdemeanor on there, one or two or something like that. Well, they paid somebody to add a few felonies on there. So when they went to the judge, they're like, look at this. Look what he or she's done. You never did half of those things, okay? Some of you, they doctored up medical records. They got, people to change medical records and say that you're running around maybe spreading STDs. Maybe you're running around with something fatal that could harm or hurt other people to be around you or dealing with you or even be sexually active with you. None of it was true. Okay? There's a lot of crazy stuff, guys, that these our karmic mothers have gone to the lengths to do. And it's all because of money and greed and because they want to be held in high honor in society, okay? In the community. Look at the bottom. Envy. That's what these karmic mothers run off of, is envy. And they envy you. You may think they hate you. They envy you. They do, because you are everything they are not. And that's very hard for them. Deep down, I do believe these karmic mothers love us. I just think they're not capable of loving us in the manner in which we deserve. And they're not willing to heal their own past stuff that makes them act out in a way towards us that's completely unhealthy, okay? Now, these karmic mothers, what they do is when the child that won't align with their thinking, their narrative, their way of life, and get with the family program, then they'll go to another child and they will make that child the favorite. And they will pit that child against the other sibling, okay? And they will convince the good one that the bad one's ruining our family. The bad one's causing all the problems for everyone around. The bad one's embarrassing us. We can't have the bad one embarrassing the family now. We've got to come together and do something about this. Almost done, mamas. All right. Well. Oh. This karmic mother studied you your whole life, right? They thought they knew you better than you knew yourself. You've probably heard that out of their mouth. I know you better than you know yourself. You know, you can't make a good decision to save your own ass. Your perception's so off. Okay, this could be some of the conversations you've had before, okay? Just know, the bottom line about all of this is money. This is the last card to come out. Money. That's what this has always been about. Okay? They took what was yours. Your material wealth that was left to you. Some of you had grandparents that left you stuff, and they took it. I know I did. There's a piece of property in Camas. I mean, not Camas, excuse me, Oakley. Yeah. I also know about stocks and bonds. I know about all kinds of stuff. Anyways, they didn't want you to have this. Now, they ran around and said that you don't earn your own money, or you earn it in a unconventional way or in a legal manner. They have also ran around and said that they've helped you when they didn't. Some of you had your fathers die and they took everything and they left you with nothing, and they've ran around and they've even gone in court and said, oh, we took care of him, we took care of her. They did not. I've never received 1 cent. Not one. So anyway, not when my dad died, and I didn't care. But she has gladly paid people to do things to me now. She has gladly given away things that were mine to other family members. She has gladly used it to harm and hurt me and my kids. So now my foot will go down. And I will not stop now till there is justice. So you stepped over your bounds too far with me. And you really should have never tried to hurt and harm your own grandkids. That's where you really crossed the line. Okay? But what? The bottom line was the money. Okay? They say that you don't earn your own money correctly, or that you mooch off of everybody or use other people. But what did they do? They took what was yours and left for you, and they used it to come up against you. I mean, you know how sick this is? Taking your own child's inheritance, what was left to them, and use it to get people to harm them and their kids. This is messed up. There's no way that you can look at this in any way, shape, or form that this is okay to do. And that this is sane behavior? Like, really? Who's crazy now? You can't control what life throws at you, but how you can react changes the outcome. They're going to start losing their shit because they always said that you did. Okay? Now they're blocking themselves. And they're being their own worst enemy, and they don't know now how to get out of their own way. These are the karmic mothers. You guys are going to need to laugh more, okay? Here's a cheesy joke. Why didn't the duck take a shower at the gym? Because it didn't want anyone else to see its butt quack. That is cheesy. Yes, it is. It is a cute, cheesy joke, though. Okay? Your body kept you alive today. Don't obsess about the imperfections. Love yourself unconditionally. This is a big deal because there's so many of you out here that have karmic mothers that are so obsessed with your outward appearance. And that is one way that they knew if they made subtle jabs here and there, it eventually would get to your soul and it really would hurt you underneath. Okay? Don't let those things that are surfacing back up to the surface that they did to you, like body shaming. I think a bunch of you got body shamed, okay? That's how they really feel about themselves. And if they're body shaming you, then they can't possibly be very happy about how they look. They're your mother. They should not be body shaming, okay? Your imperfections, those are your blessings. Just like you guys, sometimes people look at that, the weird things that you can do, okay? Your gifts, your modalities, your crafts. People will try to turn those against you. Those are your superpowers. You love yourself unconditionally, okay? They don't love themselves unconditionally. They look at everybody as an opportunity. What can you do for me? Or what can I get out of that person? Or how can that person make me look good? Or how can I get that person to make my son or daughter not look good? It doesn't work. It doesn't work. They can say anything now at this point to you, and it doesn't affect you. You're like, yeah, whatever. I'm so used to that. I'm over it. That's your narrative. That's not mine. Yes. Now, hold yourself accountable. It's in the reverse. They don't want to hold themselves accountable at all. Even if no one else does, integrity matters. My guess is most of these karmic mothers of yours out there, integrity has always been probably a big word they've used in their vocabulary. And they may have put a high importance on that with others in integrity. But they have never had it for when dealing with you. Okay? It doesn't matter. Integrity. See, when it comes to you guys, all the rules change. All the rules change. Everything goes. Now, it doesn't get to happen that way anymore. The spirit has stepped in and taken this whole thing over. They've taken even away from you guys. You guys don't have any control over this either. Do you want to know why? Because everything has been based off of this. Whoops, here's the next card. This and this. Money and secrets. Money and secrets. And spirit knows. They know as well. They just don't want to admit it. They would like to keep running around and play the fool. Okay? Right, Banners? Ten of Swords is next. Look at that. Ten of Swords. The Fool and the Ten of Swords. Because why? Everything was based off these two. So now, this is what you get. See that? This is awful. But this is their choice. Their choice. Now, if you could just present yourself as a grand opportunity, they'd open the door to you anytime. Meg gets to play with that one right now. Go get yours. You always bark at her when she has what you want. Ban. So, this is the narrative that they spun about you guys, okay? While you were out doing this, working really hard, okay? This is you turning your back to your family and going, peace out, bitches. I'm going over here. I'm going to work on myself. I can't get it for you right now. Oh, thank you for the kisses. I love you too. So, they went over here and spun a new narrative, okay? You went, goodbye. I will go make my own way. And they went, that's fine. We're going to make you look like a fool. And we're going to do it with money. And it's going to be your money, okay? And we're going to put 10 swords in your back. And we're going to talk mad shit about you. And we're going to create a shitstorm for you. What, Ban? You can't have your... I know, I'm almost done. Ow! I'll be right back. Hold on. Ban, stop. Oh my God. Get your paws off me. Get down. Stop. I'm busy right now. Hold on. Oh my gosh. You should see her. She's on my Reiki table, Bobby. She's a big dog, okay? She's like a lab, a pit bull, and a German shepherd and a brindle. She's like, you should see her. She looks like a lion. She's a lioness. She's my lioness. And she loves my Reiki table, and she loves it. Anyways, I push it kind of close to me when I do these because she likes to lay up there. And she's on it. She's facing me, and she keeps putting these... Yes, huh? Oh, I'm not done yet. I'll be done in just a minute. Take your dog for a sec. Anyway, she's so funny because she'll put both of her paws on my shoulders and try to pull down on me. And she wants me to give her all kinds of attention. It's the cutest thing ever. And she talks. Like, I've never had a dog that talks. And she talks. And she will go on. And you'll tell her, okay. And she'll, rah, 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 and it goes on forever. It's the cutest thing in the world. Anyways, she wanted something that Meg has. It's a antler. And so she's going to sit there and paw me to death until she gets this antler. Anyway, so this is what this amounts to, okay? This 10 of swords here, it was meant for you guys, but it didn't happen that way. They actually ended up putting the 10 of swords into their own back, okay? You guys felt like it happened to you. I'm sure it did in so many ways, but what I mean by what I'm saying here is that the injustice that was done to you, it ended up happening to them, but 10 times worse. So imagine how bad and how painful this was for you guys when this happened. Guess what? It's now happening to them so much worse. They're not even going to know what to do with this, okay? Look at the next card. This is you guys. And you got this. Oh, this is amazing. And you got this. Look. Here you are. Empress energy. here you are moving forward with the Chariot. And here you are. This is your life force energy. Okay? And look, High Priestess, you're also, your intuition is off the charts. Okay? Your connections to the other side and all things off the charts. And now, because you've accepted who you are, what this all is, you understand. It doesn't mean that you have to accept it, but you understand it for what it is now. It took a lot of us a long time to try to understand what all of this was. And accepting it, that's a whole nother level that you have to go to. But once you can get to accepting it for what it is, then you can move on. And it opens you up in ways that you weren't ever before, okay? They wanted your intuition blocked. They wanted your connection blocked. We saw that with wanting to block your 6th and your 7th chakras, okay? And they did hire and have people to try and go do this. Doesn't matter. You're going to come into union eventually with somebody that is going to be like-minded like you. They're going to be just as weird and off the charts and the chains just like you. But they are meant for you like you're meant for them. And this is what you're going to finally get for all the crap that you had to go through. Okay? That shitstorm that got sent to you that you guys went around, that was another test. And you passed. Judgment now is going to be called down on all of them. They've all gone into this mode that got involved with your mother. Oh, we're going to be impartial now. We're going to pretend like we didn't have anything to do. We're hiding over here in hangman mode. Nobody's going to know what we did to help her out come against you. Oh, really? We'll see about that now, won't we? Yeah, we'll see about that. That's a tower. And that's one hell of a tower. And this will be a continual tower that's going to keep happening with many things over and over and over until they make these things right with you guys. Especially if there's kids involved. You don't harm people's kids. I don't care if they're adult kids. They are still that person's kids. Don't harm them. You know? Don't harm them. Don't use them. That is the worst thing you can do, is use another person's kids to hurt them. I can't think of anything worse. I really can't. And talk about, anyway. And a lot of them know how much you love your kids, so they're like, okay, we'll get him or her right where it counts. We'll go for their kids and then watch them flip out. Okay? Some of you that has not happened yet, it's in the works. Them hurting your kids so they can ultimately give you the ultimate betrayal. And some of them want and have been able to maybe get your kids for a little while to side with them or go up against you with them. And it was because your kids were getting manipulated 100% and they were getting something for this. Do not be mad at them. They were coerced. Okay? And if they did go at one of your kids and got them against you for a bit, remember, your child was at a weak point at that time that this happened, and that's how they got them. Forgive that child. That child never meant to do that to you. Okay? So, with that being said, guys, I'm going to sign off. I got things to do, and I got work tomorrow. But I did want to get back on because that other live got all messed up and we didn't get to finish. I mean, I finally got back on and finished it. And those of you that stayed till the end of that one, there was some interesting things that did come out. This one, let's hope it loads and I don't have another problem with it. I will get on now since we just did this video. I will start getting up your, I'll do the, oh, excuse me, I'm tired. I will get the elements done, okay? And all your zodiacs. Those I am going to post up with the regular videos. And then I'll get another twin flame reading done, and I'll get another divine masculine, another divine feminine one. And then I've got some other ideas for some other videos that Spirit keeps telling me some videos to do that. They actually, the subject matter has already been brought to my attention. So I have a list. I haven't done them yet. I keep getting prodded, and I keep adding more to it that I keep getting told. So I'm now supposed to get on that and work on that. And so I will do that. And then, of course, I will get on, do some lives in between. Because they're my favorite because I love interacting with you guys. I think that's more fun than anything. Plus, I get to learn from the things that you guys share with me. And I love learning new things. So, but I will get my cards out, and we'll do some more of those with that as well. Okay, guys? Now I'm rambling because I'm tired. But anyway, I hope this helped you guys. I hope this can help make some sense of some of your situations and maybe have a different understanding. Because I believe when we can kind of understand some of these things that have happened to us, then we can accept it for what it is, and we can let it go and move on from it. Some of you guys will never, and I'm just being honest, some of you guys will never be able to forgive some of these people. And I hear readers all the time, you have to forgive, you have to forgive. Well, some of you, this stuff is so bad and so it's beyond horrible, because some of you, your own mothers actually wanted to unalive you. They actually had people out there, kind of, yeah, like, who wants this job to take my daughter out? Who wants this job to take my son out? Because these secrets, this deceit has gone so deep and so far. They, in their mind, they will pay. They will do whatever has to be done for. They cannot have anybody see them in this light that they would look horrible in and rotten in, and they would finally be seen for who they truly have been in your life. So just know this has gone to that level. I can understand if you find out that your own parent tried to unalive you, and especially if they tried to unalive any of your kids, that you can't forgive that. But I think you, with a certain understanding, you can accept it for what it is. You can separate yourself from this and go, this has nothing to do with me being a bad child ever. This has to do with something that is so broken in them. It's not me. I can accept that they don't have the capacity to love me the way that I needed to be loved, to treat me in the manner I should have been treated, to see me in a light that I've always seen myself. My friends that have mothers that have always loved me, or I've met certain people in my life that have ended up being mother figures to me, I've always said, I don't understand why your mother doesn't love you. Like, just doesn't love you. I don't get it. I have so much fun with you. I can't wait to be with you again. You bring so much to my life. It just blows me away that she doesn't see you this way. But I accepted a long time ago, this isn't me. This is her. This is not me. This is her. She's the broken one that's always claimed she's not, and that everyone's broken but her, and refuses adamantly that she doesn't have to change and everyone has to around her. It's never, ever, ever been her problem. Everybody needs to be accountable but her. I accepted this is who she is. My dad said right before he died, she's always lived in her own reality. She will create one if she doesn't like the one she's in. And it doesn't matter what facts, what proof you put in front of this woman, she will still tell you what she wants it to be. She's always lived her life that way. And she lived her marriage that way with my father. And he knew it. And you know what? He accepted it. But he went ahead and lived his life the way he needed to live it too. I finally accepted it for what it is. I've accepted the totally dysfunctional relationship she and my brother have. That's unnatural. It's weird. It's not normal. And everyone that knows their relationship knows it's not too. And knows that those two have always ganged up against me. And especially when my dad died, they saw this open hole to go in and destroy. And to get everything they wanted at whatever means it costs. And they did. Or so they thought, right? But I have accepted all of this for what it is. And I've been able now to move on from it. Because I don't put it like, this isn't my problem that she acts like this. This is her problem. This is not my problem that she can't look at me in a certain light and see how wonderful of a person I am and how I am beautiful inside. That's not my problem. I got plenty of people that love and see me in that manner. And so I gravitate to those people now. I got over it a long time ago of having a really good relationship with my mother. It broke me for a long time. I wanted it so bad because I have so many friends that have wonderful relationships with their mothers, and I wanted that too. And then I just had to realize one day to let this go. I'm wanting something that another person doesn't want with me. It's like shoving a square peg in a round hole. It's not going to happen, right? It won't happen. So anyways, with that being said, please have a wonderful evening. Much love to you guys out there. Thank you for participating and getting on. This was hard subject matter. It's hard for me to kind of do too, but I'm actually working through this when I'm working through this with you guys. So thank you again for loving me and being there for me the way that you guys show up and you do. It goes a long, long ways. And I can't always express how grateful I am for this opportunity that I have with you guys. But from the bottom of my heart, I do feel that way. So with that said, have a great rest of your night and have a wonderful, wonderful day tomorrow, guys. Talk to you later.